Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We are going to listen to Lewis Hamilton. Let's listen to him.
So Lewis, first of all, how was your summer break? What did you get up to, and are you feeling refreshed for the second half of the year?
Yes, excited to be back, and I just want to get going now. But I was with family and friends.
Any particular highlights over the summer?
Time in Roscoe.
All right, thank you.
Seeing your social media post, about not giving up and keep working, fans obviously responded to that. Can you try and enjoy the last 10 races, Lewis? Would that make things better? I know you want it so much to make a success here, but it's so much in the spotlight. How can you take the burden off yourself a little bit, maybe, if I can put it like that?
Yeah, I think right now it's just about calming some things down and just focusing on getting back to enjoying my job. I love this sport. I always have. That's why I got into it, and gonna kind of drown out all the noise and just get back to. This is a great restart moment for us. So.
Thank you.
But just sort of following on from that, so Lewis, before the summer break, your comments, I think, worried quite a lot of people. They were very at odds with your "Still I Rise" mantra. So I just wondered over the summer break who you've worked with to try and flip the script, sort of see the glass half full rather than half empty. And what is it that's making you doubt yourself?
Well, firstly, I mean, in the heat of the moment, that can happen to anyone, and it's obviously not truly how I feel. I haven't worked with anyone during this break. I've just been with family, been with my niece and nephew, with Roscoe, and it's been great. I've enjoyed being away and being able to unplug, and then just bring myself back to my core. That's how I've always done it. I've just with lots of meditation and just finding gratitude in every single day, and realigning yourself to your core beliefs. They've always been there, and I will use those moving forwards.
Valtteri Bottas just signed with Cadillac. They
Exciting for
decided decided to go for experience. We remember you saying like he was the best teammate. What kind of driver is Cadillac getting from Valtteri?
Well, I mean, I don't need to say anything about his talent because he's shown that through and throughout his career, I think. But he's getting one of probably the most honest, funny, probably the funniest Finn, I would imagine, and just most genuine person to work with. His honesty, I miss working with him, and it's his birthday today, I think. So, is it right? I think it's his birthday today. So, yeah, I think they've chosen the right guys. Obviously with Sergio as well. He's got great experience. So that knowledge they both bring from two great teams, I think, will help them progress faster.
Yeah, before the summer break, Lewis Hamilton was looking very depressed. I think also on this interview, let's say he's looking to me a little bit tired. Maybe because he knows what is expecting him with this car, but as Lewis Hamilton said, let's hope for a restart and to see good results from the for the last 10 races from the Ferrari, and also from the Lewis Hamilton. As you know, before the summer break, he was, let's say, tired. He was depressed, and his last interviews was very dark, and he was just saying always like there is a problem with him, not with the car and stuff like that. But let's hope, as I said, after this summer break, to see real Lewis Hamilton on the track, and to see maybe some podium like a Charles Leclerc. I'm hoping for that, to see Lewis Hamilton back on the podiums. It's a little bit optimistic, but let's hope to see that happens. And also congrats to Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez. They both signed for the Cadillac for the next year. Also, it will be very good and very interesting to see them, and to maybe try to comment their interviews like like this one. We're going to listen Charles Leclerc. Let's listen to him.
Good to see you. First of all, how was the summer break for you? Did you enjoy it? And also, did you head into it with quite a lot of optimism? I know the second half of the race in Hungary was a bit tricky, but that weekend as a whole was a good step on paper, wasn't it?
Yes, was a positive step forward. Of course, the finality of it was a bit difficult to accept, but it's the way racing is sometimes. But it's been positive, whether it was Spa or Budapest. It is going in the right direction. So for that, we are happy. Now we need to conclude on the Sunday with a win, and I hope that this will be as soon as possible.
Any highlights from the summer holidays?
Sorry?
Any highlights from the
Oh
summer?
my God, all of it. I mean, it was really good to be recharging with the people I love most around, and not doing anything crazy. Actually, apart from, I did surprise my older brother driving a Formula One car. He was not aware. He thought that it would be a typical karting day. He never drove a Formula One car before. So,
Wow.
So now all three Leclercs have driven a Formula One car. So that was a pretty special day.
Lando said that you guys could be pretty near for this race. Do you think it could be a good win?
I think they are much faster than we are, but then there's Mercedes, Red Bull, ourselves, and we're all very close. In the last two races before the break, I think we kind of had the upper hand, but let's see if we keep that going in the second half. But one target is clear, is that we want to come back at winning races as soon as possible. Another clear target is that we want to beat both Red Bull and Mercedes in the next few races and for the second half of the season. One thing though is that McLaren remains the team to beat and will be very, very difficult to beat.
Charles, those last few weeks before the summer break were really difficult for your teammate Lewis. So how did that affect the atmosphere in the team?
I think Lewis, just like myself and just like many drivers on the grid, racing is such an important part of our life, if not the most important part, that we take that very personal and that can affect us. But we are a team and we are, everything is also done to uplift whenever someone is a little bit down, and this happened to me in races where it didn't go my way, and obviously with Lewis it unfortunately didn't go his way in the last few races, but I have no doubt that things will go his way very, very soon. And as I said, I think as a team it doesn't affect us in a way that we are all trying to make him feel better, but since then we've had 3 weeks break, and we are all recharged and happy and looking forward to go for the second half.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you.
Charles, it sounds like you feel confident you can win races before the end of the year. That issue at the end of the race in Hungary, I know you don't want to go into detail about it, but are you all seeing it from the same viewpoint now? Do you have a common understanding of what the solution is to that issue, which seems to have been an ongoing one?
We kind of know in which direction we need to push. It's not the kind of things that we will fix from one race to the other, unfortunately, but and it hurts more once you are fighting for a win, which was the case in Budapest, but it wasn't the first time we had that issue, and it's probably not the last time, I think we kind of understood what we could have done better, and going forward we'll try to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah, let's hope, because every single different race and every single different problems with the Ferrari. As you remember, at the Budapest, they had a problem with their chassis, but if you talk about the Charles Leclerc, he looked fully refreshed, he looked fully recharged, and let's hope to see Leclerc magics on the upcoming Dutch Grand Prix, and also upcoming the other races. I have no hope something that is going to do Ferrari this season. I believe that Ferrari's performance will go like this until the end of the season. We will see, let's say, every single race, in every single race, different stories, different problems from the car, but let's hope from them to see better performance next year with a new regulations. We're going to listen to Oscar Piastri. Let's listen to him.
Oscar, popular question today, but how was your break, first of all? Were you able to switch off? How easy, difficult was it, the situation you find yourself in this season?
I had a good break, yeah. It was nice to have some time to recharge and prepare for what's going to be a busy second half of the year. So I think the second week, probably all of us were itching to get back and get back into racing. But the first week I did an appropriate amount of nothing, and then got some training in and feeling refreshed and ready to go. So it was a good break.
How's the mindset in general? I know you mentioned in an interview for the McLaren website that you're expecting the pressure to ramp up now. 10 races to go. So how are you feeling in general about what's to come?
I'm excited for it. It's going to be entertaining, that's for sure. It's been a tight battle so far, obviously, and I'm expecting that to continue. So, looking forward to trying to have a good weekend here and get the ball rolling again, and then we'll see how it pans out.
A few races ago, I asked you when you might be prepared to have discussions with your team bosses about being given preferential treatment if you were leading the championship. As we get into the last part of the season, and given that you are leading the championship, do you envisage needing to have those conversations, given we've seen split strategies just at the last Grand Prix at Hungary?
I don't think so, no. We're obviously, both of us are quite a long way ahead of everyone else in the driver's standing, so we're going to be given the same opportunities to try and win. And obviously, whether you're the first or second car on track, sometimes your opportunities look a bit different. And that's kind of all I can ask for. So there's definitely not going to be any preferences or bias. It's just going to be who can try and do the best job possible.
Coming back to this weekend, who is the main rival for you? Is it Ferrari? Is it Mercedes? Is it the rain?
The rain is definitely going to mix things up, but it's just difficult to know. I think certainly Charles looked very strong in Budapest until the last stint, and obviously in qualifying with the wind and everything like that, it mixed things up quite a lot. But again, it's kind of been the consistent trend this year of we've been consistently quick, and kind of our challenger each weekend has often been different. So I don't know who it will be. But I'm sure that at least one team will be a bit closer to us than the others.
Refreshed and ready to be world champion. As I'm saying always on this channel, I strongly believe that Oscar Piastri is going to be champion this season, and also I don't believe that he needs to make that talk, that conversation with his team to get benefit and let's say to work all team for his championship. As I'm saying always, definitely he's going to be champion this year. I don't believe that Lando Norris has any chance to be world champion, but we will never know what will happen at the Formula One. But on my opinion is Oscar is going to be champion this season, and we don't need to wait a lot to see that. We have just 10 more races, and at the end of the season maybe we will celebrate together with the McLaren fans Oscar Piastri's championship on this season. And we're going to listen to George Russell. Let's listen to him.
How was the summer break for you? What did you get up to? And are you feeling ready and refreshed?
Feeling ready. I'm glad we got some time in the sun before coming here. It's pretty wet right now, but those 2 weeks I think for everybody, not just for drivers, it was so needed. But after probably 10 days, I was ready to get back to it.
Have you examined properly every other option? Are you quite convinced staying at Mercedes is the best one? And is the length of the deal a big deal? Are there pros and cons, whether it's short or long?
Well, I definitely wanted to take the summer to really think about my future, because it's obviously important for everybody when you're discussing the coming years. The team and Toto are very open to discussing or finding a solution during the break, but I just wanted to take that time And as you said, there are pros and cons in terms of duration. The truth is, I just want to win, and I want to win with Mercedes. That is, if I could choose, that is what I would choose to do. But of course, things have to be right, things have to be aligned. There's a lot more to our job than just driving on a Sunday afternoon. So, as I said, it's positively moving in the right direction, but there's no time pressure from my side, no major time pressure from the team side, so I just want to ensure it's done right and not done quickly.
Cadillac announced the driver lineup
Yes.
this week. You have been working closely with Valtteri. What kind of driver did they get from him?
Yeah, I'm very happy for Valtteri because he deserves to be on the grid. He's put a lot of effort in with Mercedes this year, sort of supporting us, driving on the simulator. And I was speaking to him this morning. You can see like the excitement in his face to be back, and he was saying, you appreciate how much you love the sport when you're away from it for a little bit. So very happy for him.
When there was all of the sort of kerfuffle going on about whether Toto was trying to sniff after Max Verstappen, did you approach Cadillac or did they approach you at all?
No, I haven't approached any teams this year, but naturally teams reach out to ask what your situation is. I think that's quite normal, that many teams speak to many drivers just to understand what the short-term, long-term future looks like. So, yeah, it's quite interesting sometimes when you see that happening, or when maybe you become a part of that. But
so can I just step in there? Sorry, so Dan Taris did
you're
get in touch with you
you're
from
really
Cadillac.
like putting no. I have not been in. I have somebody who sort of takes care of phone calls incoming. I'm not allowed to talk with anyone else. I'm bound by certain things, so I've not been in touch with anyone personally. But everybody sort of understands to see what is possible, and my goal is to stay with the team. Moving forward, I want to win world championships. I want to win with Mercedes, but everything has to be aligned. Has been a funny old year this year, but I'm just enjoying myself and trying to drive fast, and the rest will happen.
Let's hope to see that contract of the George Russell. I strongly believe that the Mercedes is going to make contract with him, but let's say it make a little bit for show. They make a little bit for the show, for the fans, and like all of the Formula One fans, like us, everyone loves, let's say, Formula One stories, and we have a story with George Russell. But as I said, definitely they are going to do contract with the George Russell, with the Mercedes, but I cannot agree fully with him that he will win any championship with Mercedes. That's my opinion. Actually, I'm talking for the near future. I don't believe that George Russell will win any championship with the Mercedes, but we will see with the resetting of the new regulations from the beginning of the next season. It's everything like a white page, and it will be very interesting to see what will happen next year. And we're going to listen to Kimi Antonelli. Let's listen to him.
Such a busy first half of the year, so much to take in as a rookie in Formula One. How important was that break for you, and how excited are you to get back at the wheel this weekend?
Well, the break was very important for sure, because it's been a very intense first part of the season. Not gonna lie, I was pretty drained, coming into the last couple of races. But this holiday was good to reset and reorganize all the ideas, all my thoughts, and I'm really excited to be back. I think it's the start of a new chapter, and I feel good and very excited to be back, and hopefully we can kick off well.
You have already shown what you are capable of course, but you have also had recently difficult races. Could we say that one of your main targets is to rebuild a little bit your confidence, and how can the team help you in doing that?
Well, definitely. I mean, I see this second part of the season as a new start, as a new chapter. Definitely was good to have a little bit of a break, to kind of relax and disconnect a little bit. But I think, it's knowing that now the car, in Budapest was good, was a big step forward on that side, even though the result was not, it didn't show our real potential. But I think, the car is in a good place, and I think it's going to be the same car for the rest of the year. So, that will allow me to build the confidence. And but of course, the target is to come back stronger and to come back to those performances like such as Canada, Suzuka, Miami. So that's definitely the target. And of course, if I have the confidence, then we're gonna aim for even better results.
Have you ever raced this track before?
Yeah, 2 years ago I won my Formula Regional Championship. So it's a special track for me.
Yeah, what do you remember of it, and what do you think of the track?
Well, it was raining like this, very windy. It was a bit colder because we were in October. So no, but it's a cool track to drive. It's good fun, especially on one lap. And I've good memories. I haven't driven since 2023, so I have a bit of rust to. On the driving, but I think a couple of laps, and hopefully we can find the rhythm straight away. But really happy to be back and to start off the second part of the season here.
You were confirmed for this year in Monza last year. Will you confirm next year and beyond ahead of Monza? Would that be nice, or does it not really matter to you when it happens?
Of course it will be nice, for sure. But I don't know when it's gonna, if it's gonna happen in Monza or not. But I'm aware of the position of what the team wants for the future, and it would be nice if it will be happening in Monza, of course, on my home race. But I'm just gonna try to focus on myself and try to deliver the best job as possible this weekend, first of all, because I really want to kick off well after the summer break, and then carrying the good momentum into Monza, because it's going to be, I'm lucky to have a second home race, so Imola didn't go that well, and I want to really do well in Monza as well. But firstly, we'll focus on this weekend.
Yeah, like he looks resetted, he looks refreshed at the summer break. Like his first part of the season, his performance was a little bit like a roller coaster. But let's hope for him this second chapter, as he said, the second reset for him to look forward to see from him much more better performances and much more confident Kimi Antonelli. I wish him good luck for the next races, and I wish him the new contract with the Mercedes. It's normally I don't have too much to comment on these per race interviews, but tomorrow after the practice too, we will have much more data, much more laps driven on the track, and I think I will be able to comment much more than this one. We're going to listen to Carlos Sainz. Let's listen to him.
Hi. How are you, first of all? How have the last couple of weeks been? Feeling refreshed?
Yeah, good, thank you. 3 weeks of avoiding airplanes and airports, which is something I definitely enjoyed doing and staying away from. And yeah, no traveling, just staying consistent in the same place with family, with friends. And yeah, feeling refreshed and with more energy after a very tough first half of the season, given changing teams is always a bit more draining, more energy, more people you need to meet, and spend more time at the factory in the simulator. And yeah, the break is definitely needed.
You touched on it there. Was it a good chance to kind of process everything as well from that first half? So much going on, so many races, getting used to life at a new team.
Yeah, definitely. As I said before, it's it is demanding, changing teams. Your January and February, that are normally months where you keep time for yourself to train and spend time at home. This year, obviously, when you change teams, you spend extra time in the factory, extra time in the simulator. And I feel that instead of charging, you're already draining in those months. And by the time you get to July, August, you feel a bit on the limit of your energy levels. If on top of that you add the fact that it was a very frustrating season, first half, not in terms of performance, but just in terms of just putting results together, definitely a good break with a refreshed head coming into the second half helps.
Does it still feel like there's quite a lot to come with this partnership? And also, it looks like there could be quite a battle for P5 in the standings from here, 10 rounds to go. How do you view that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's no secret. We said it at the beginning of the year. This is the car we have. And apart from a couple of small upgrades that we've done to the car, we're not going to develop this. We're going to bet on 2026. So you will probably see us go backwards during the season. And that's exactly more or less what we're seeing. No, I'm disappointed that on that first half, when we had a competitive car in Imola, Miami, and I was qualifying P5s, P4s, and even fighting for pole in Imola at some point, I regret obviously not getting the points that we should have got at the beginning of the season. That would have got us more of a buffer to the Astons and the Alphas and the Visa Cash App teams. But it's what it is. It's part of the learning process for me and the team. And now the second half, we will have races where we will not fight for points, races where we have good chances of getting good points. We just need to maximize those ones.
And just finally, on that point, I mean, weekends like this, with the weather up in the air, looks like it could be rain qualifying in the race. Take those opportunities as they come as well, and make sure everything's working as it should be, and you're grabbing as many points.
Exactly. That's where we start. I don't know how many races there are left. 10, 9,
yeah.
10. Race 1 of 10 looks tricky for everyone. It's always tough to get back to it in such a tough track like Zandvoort, and if on top of that you add the curveball of the weather, then it's going to be a demanding weekend for all. So just try and stay on top of everything.
Yeah, like they were struggling all season. They had some good performances, they had some bad performances, but as he said, they are just focusing on the 2026, or with his words, they are betting on the 2026. Let's hope to see Williams with a good car at the 2026, but it will be very, very difficult for them to drive with this car and to end this season with this car. But let's hope for them to win the most points that they can for the last 10 races. We're going to listen to Fernando Alonso. Let's listen to him.
So Fernando, how was your summer break first of all? Was it a good one?
Yeah, it was good. Nothing really too excited, but it was nice to switch off a little bit from F1 and have some days off.
Yeah. Is it quite difficult after a few days not to think about F1 already and the racing resuming?
Yeah, I think after 2 weeks, I would say that's the limit. After 2 weeks, you start, to be a little bit curious about the car, about the spec that you will use in the next race. You are in contact with your engineer somehow. So yeah, I think at one point you miss racing and you miss the team.
Thanks, Fernando. Good luck.
Hello, Fernando. Aston Martin was a little bit of a mystery on the last row in Belgium, on the third row in Hungary. Did you know why? No?
No, I mean, we did a lot of analysis. The two circuits are very different in terms of characteristics, and it seems that it was a little bit of a circuit dependent in Budapest being one of our best characteristics on the cars. So yeah, I think it's going to be different from track to track and from weekend to weekend, and hopefully we take the opportunities on the good ones.
Merci.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Fernando, that was such a great performance in Hungary. What are your hopes now for the rest of the season? What target have the team got?
I think we understood that there's going to be some bad weekends and good weekends. We have to accept that. We have to be aware of that. And on the bad weekends, we need to still try, to score the last few points available. And on the good weekends, we cannot make any mistake. We need to be ready for those. We need to execute well those weekends and score as many points as possible as we did in Hungary. So that's, I think, the goal for the remaining of the year. Choose carefully which circuits is going to be our best ones and make sure that we don't do any mistake.
Yeah, their performance this year was they were struggling a lot. They had races when they had good performances. They had a lot of races when they were performing very bad. But let's hope after the summer break they bring to us some good performance and some good races, good overtakes to watch. But maybe after this race we will say this one much more. But as I see, that's my own opinion. They are just looking forward for the 2026 season. They are focused a lot to the 2026 season. I don't believe that will that they will give some extra effort to this season. Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We're going to listen to Yuki Tsunoda. Let's listen to him.
How was the break? What did you get up to? And did it feel like it came at a good time for you as well, just to have a bit of a reset? And
yeah, summer break was good. Went back to Tokyo first, and afterwards coming with Greece with a bit of training camp. Yeah, a mix between relaxing and training, and yeah, refreshed, ready to go, ready to hit bounce back stronger in second half season.
What does you believe that the second part of the season will be better and stronger for you?
I'll just keep what I'm doing, especially how I ended up last two races. I think, especially after I got upgrades, was pretty good. I mean, I didn't do necessarily differently after I got upgrades, and it just suddenly, got much better. But at the same time, the second half is crucial for me, and just definitely needed to put it all together and focus more to score points consistently, and that's what I have to do. And yeah, that's what I was also preparing for in the summer break.
Have the team said to you, you can earn your place to stay here next year? Do you know what you have to do to keep your seat?
Score points. That I think that's the main thing, and yeah, that's it. I think it's been a while that I didn't score points, but at the same time, in that moment that I didn't score points, I also knew that I was in the right direction, and especially last two races before the summer break, after I got upgrades, I kind of proved to them that I'm still there. So yeah, it's good that I'm able to show some performance there, but at the same time, it's a team, so you need points, and that's what I need to do to put it all together for the second half, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, let's hope to see from Yuki Tsunoda the good performances at the second part of the season. As you know, the first part of the season for the Yuki Tsunoda, it was a little bit like a disaster. He was struggling a lot with this car, but as I said, let's hope for him new contract, and also let's hope for him to keep his seat on a Red Bull. And as he said, with a new upgrades, his performance was a little bit better, but we will see, of course, on this race what will happen with the Yuki Tsunoda. But as I said, let's hope for him to have the good results and to keep his seat on the 2026 season at the Red Bull. Just don't forget to like this video, to comment it, and to subscribe to the channel.